Spruce Grove Panthers, number 92, James Murphy. And from the Fort Worth Saints, number 95, Luke Scoville.
Ambient's already up.
From the Belrose Bulldogs at St. Albert, number 99, Tony Rushman.
Yeah, ambient's already up.
Head coach Nick Wilson from the Jacksonville Jaguars and the rest of his staff. And now introducing the Team South. From the Holy Trinity Knights in Okotoks, number 1, Ezra Cordestan.
We good on the ambient?
From the Willow Creek Cobras in Carson, number 2, Logan Robo. From the All Saints Legends in Calgary, number 3, Ephraim Fisher. From the Joanne Cardinal Shooter Ravens in Calgary, number 4, Noah Orr. From the Notre Dame Pride in Calgary, number 5, Peter Nguemi. From Lord Beaver Lords in Calgary, number 6, Gage Basil. From the Henry Wiseman Warriors in Calgary, number 7, Patrick Heist. From the Holy Trinity Knights in Okotoks, number 8, Dawson Rodney. From the Foothills Falcons in Okotoks, number 9, Elliot Conn. From the Notre Dame Pride in Calgary, number 10, Christopher Cox. From the Catholic Central Cougars in Lethbridge, number 11, Noah Redinger. From the Joint Cardinal Super Ravens in Calgary, number 12, Nathan Watson. The George McClure Mustangs in Airdrie, number 15, Matthias Pisa. From the Holy Trinity Knights in Okotoks, number 17, From the Holy Trinity Knights in Okotoks, number 20, Martin Malik Robbins. From the Central Memorial Rams in Calgary, number 21, William Marsh. From the Medicine Hat Hawks in Medicine Hat, number 22, Shihiro King.
I'm going to get you to run the referee mic.
From the George McClure Mustangs in Airdrie, number 24, Jake Parker. From the Holy Trinity Knights in Okotoks, number 25, Kyle Colton. The Notre Dame Pride in Calgary, number 27, Kyler Brown. The Bird Church Chargers in Airdrie, number 32, Jack Mearsman. The WH Roxford Cavaliers in Airdrie, number 33, Patrick Lowe. From the Holy Trinity Knights in Okotoks, number 34, Lachlan Gaines. From the Springbank Phoenix, number 42, Nathan Johnson. From the Chestermere Lakers, number 44, Owen Brown. The George McDougal Mustangs in Airdrie, number 45, Logan Query. The Notre Dame Pride in Calgary, number 50, Lucas Scott. From the Springbanks Phoenix, number 52, Braden Wagner. From the Chestermere Lakers, number 54, Logan Madden. From the Chinook Coyotes in Lethbridge, number 55, Lachlan Fletcher. From the Bonus Trojans in Calgary, number 56, Lucas Lindsay. From Notre Dame Pride in Calgary, number 57, Brendan Yeats. From the Cochrane Cobras, number 58, Brock Vanderkratz. That's right. From the Catholic Central Cougars in Lethbridge, number 60, Zachary Patching. From the John D. Baker Chiefs in Calgary, number 65, Atlas Burris. The Foothills Falcons in correction from the Holy Trinity Knights in Okotoks, number 77, Phineas Walter.
Undersized go-getter,
From the Notre Dame Pride in Calgary, number 80, Wyatt Connor. From the Canberra Wolverines, number 82, Noah Kimberly Nikolai. From the Springbank Phoenix, number 88, Joseph Rousseau. From the Foothills Falcons in Okotoks, number 92, Jacob Van Horn. From the St. Francis Browns in Calgary, number 95, Colton Colangelo Parr. And from the All Saints Legends, number 99, Matthew Welch. Head coach Scott Ledoux from the George McDougal Mustangs in Airdrie and the rest of his coaching staff. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I'd ask you to please rise if you are able for the playing of our national anthem. Could we get the captains to midfield?
Red is mute.
Ladies and gentlemen, the officials for today's game from the Calgary Football Officials Association. The side judge is
All right, and welcome to Shoal Ice for the Football Alberta annual North-South game. Mark Stephen, Tommy Knitter here. And Tommy, just your thoughts, what's going to happen here today, just some of the expectations from the players and from you.
Yeah, you know what? It's an honor to be here for the 35th annual Senior Bowl, and these guys have had a couple good days of prep. I'm excited to be out here and see some good football, Mark.
All right. Well, if you're wondering who is who, they're dressed similar to their CFL franchise in each end of the province. The South team has the Calgary Stampeder logo on their shoulder pads. As you can see there, they're in the red uniforms, and the Northern team is dressed in the colors of the Edmonton Elks, the green tops, the gold pants. By the way, Edmonton's coach, Mark Killam, played in this quite a few years ago now, but nonetheless, there's where you can develop from this program and become a CFL head coach down the line. So
Absolutely. I got to give Coach Killam a shout out. He coached at Cochrane High School long ago before joining the CFL ranks, and what an amazing coach. And hey, this is going to be a great day for some football, Mark.
No question. We are indoors, as you can see, at Shoal Ice here in Calgary. It's in the city's northwest, and I have to be candid with you. Up until a couple of days ago, there was no guarantee this game was going to be played, because in the city of Calgary, you may have heard, I promise you've heard if you're in the city of Calgary, there was a major water main break, and it's just to the west of where we are, so I wasn't sure if it was going to spill into here and close the facility, but obviously they've got enough under control to allow us to play.
Yeah, and you know what? Shout out to the first responders and the people that are taking care of that water pipeline, and I'm hoping that it's fixed sooner rather than later.
Yeah, but allowed us to play here. There are some modifications, but we are playing. A couple of things to watch for. There are 12-minute quarters, and then we'll get things going here with the 12-minute quarters. Referees are at center field. There's the South team. As you can see, all the different helmets. Kind of like that, seeing all different helmets, kind of a neat array of different schools and their traditions.
Yeah, it really shows off the strength and diversity from the number of programs that we have here in Alberta. And over 300 kids tried out for these teams. They picked their top 40 for each squad. And yeah, what we're going to see today is really a showcase of the top high school football talent in Alberta.
Lorenzo Mann's going to kick off for the North. We should tell you there are modifications because we are indoors. The goalposts do not exist. They're sort of hanging nets, which we'll show you a little later on as to what exactly they are. So let's get this game going, and glad you're with us on this weekend before we get back to normal next week with all the schools and everybody back in business. And we'll kick this one off.
kicking off for the North.
So Mons is ready from Beaumont, immediately south of Edmonton. All right, and we are underway. 2026 Football Alberta Senior Bowl is on the air. Here we go. That is going to be returned. Coming up the field is the South, tackled at about the 33-yard line.
That's Efren Fisher on the return.
Returning the ball carry up from Fisher.
Brought down by Daniel Rasmussen.
And the North is going to go on defense. The South is on the field on offense. And the South is at the 34-yard line. So how much can they install in the very few days here?
We're going to find out here, Mark. I'm interested to see, and head coach of the South has taken over the offensive coordinating here for the South team.
Just a quick note here, by the way, as Patrick Feist from Calgary's Henry Wisewood is in the game. Handoff out of the backfield, running right, trying to break a tackle. Getting a few yards up to about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, we're going to see a ton of offensive linemen pulling today. Offensive coordinator Scott Ledoux is a former offensive lineman from the University of Alberta, and one of the things I expect is these guys to establish the run game early and often.
Second down and 5 yards to go. Feist is in the gun. He is back, looking, throwing on a curl route. That's dropped. In and out of the hands of the intended target, trying to set up Malik Robbins. However, we do have a marker on the field.
Yeah, it looked like either an early jump on the offense or defensive side there.
Exactly. That's the way I saw it, but officials will determine what is what.
Offside. Team North, it's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be first down.
All right, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And hey, picking up a first down early by an offsides, that's something you want to tell those D linemen, hey guys, buckle down, let's make sure we're watching that football.
We should tell you that while these players are on the field first, there's going to be a steady rotation of players through it. They want everybody to get a chance and an opportunity here on first down. They go with the receiver sweep running to his right. Robbins, he's tackled in the open field. They want everybody to get a look and brought on the field. So this is not something that's going to be, the first unit is the first unit and they'll stay on until something happens. Now he runs right on the sweep, tries to cut it upfield, and he's tackled for about a 5-yard gain.
And that's something that HTA runs a lot with the talented receiver Robbins. Good pickup on first down.
So we'll do it again, second down for the South. South will go to the air this time. Half roll left, now scrambling, now in trouble, way back. Sacked back near the 35-yard line. Big loss, and they bust through for the big sack.
Yeah, and it just looked like he was a little bit confused with his read progression there. First read wasn't there, quarterback panicked a little bit, and maybe that's a sign of only 2 days of offensive install, which results in hanging on to the football and a big sack on second down.
Brody Weston from St. Albert busted through to make the sack.
Interesting formation they had there with the nub tight end. I expect this offense to go back to that.
All right, it is punt time. He's on to punt for the South. It's kicked away. Ball bounces, takes a roll. It's bobbled. Picked up by the returner, and he is hit right away. Very little return for the North on the play as tackled almost immediately. Rhett York from Strathcona.
And that is the danger of going with the one returner back for Team North. As soon as you have one returner, that ball hits the ground. It's tough to field. Great coverage by Team South, eliminating a return opportunity. Great punt coverage. Take that every day of the week for Team South.
At quarterback is Carter Zylstra from Sexsmith High School. Got the red helmet, the green top on. We're ready to go on first down. And he gives it, bulldozing right up the middle between the tackles, pushing ahead for a few yards.
Nice play there by Colton Colanja Lokar out of St. Francis. Really good job crashing the edge, limiting that gain on first down.
Ball's at 37, will make it second down and 5 yards to go.
This is a big offensive line for Team North.
Certainly is. So pre-snap motion, tight end right. And they'll go on the ground again. There's a hole on the right side. Tackle just shy of the 40. And by extension, we'll wait and see for the spot of the ball. That's got to be very close as Boateng carries the ball.
Really good job there by Team South to set the edge, make that running back cut it up inside, force a minimal game on second down, and bring out the punt unit here on third.
Third down, and Montes on to punt the ball away. Two returners back for the South. North in the green, South in the red. Steps his right, kicks, and it is blocked. It is taken, racing into the end zone. Touchdown!
Absolutely unreal play by number 20, Malik Robbins. He was dropped back as the second returner. They walked him up late, went with 11-man pressure on that punt return. Looks like an A-gap stack that goes right between the upbacks. And hey, they don't draw him up much easier than that. Clean punt block and a return for the touchdown. That's why 2 days of practice, man, you got to be able to punt and protect the punt.
As you can notice, ladies and gentlemen,
Well, all I can say is not only is it impressive breaking through, but you have to catch the ball. It's being kicked right at you. That was a really impressive play.
Huge play on special teams, and one of the things that's going to determine the winners and losers today is the plays that they make on special teams. We've seen the great punt coverage from Team South early, and their they strike with an excellent punt block for a touchdown.
Now here we go. We mentioned those hanging nets. The yellow tape inside is approximating the goalposts. And that counts. So it's 7-0.
Yeah, and special teams coordinator from the north, he needs to ensure his upbacks on that punt protection are closing the inside first. As a punt protector, you're always worried about pressure from the inside and not so much worried about pressure from the outside. It's a longer edge to run. That's one of the things, Team North, that special teams coordinator better draw up that punt protection, or else Team South is going to come right back to that look.
So the South will kick off from the 45. Go ahead.
I didn't have the first score of the game being a punt block for a touchdown on my bingo card today, Mark.
Yeah, those are pretty rare, I got to say. They don't. Punt blocks are fairly rare, but they do happen. But punt blocks return, and it didn't hit the ground. Sometimes when a block punt hits the ground, it bobbles around, and some guy picks it up on a couple of hops. Not this case. That was in his hands, and he just raced downfield. So Pisa for the South is ready to kick off, committed to the University of Calgary next year.
Very talented kicker. Special Teams Player of the Year for Rocky View Schools.
Okay.
A little bit of an overload here. I wonder if we're going to get an interesting look on this kick.
Now pre-snap motion. The ball is kicked off to the far side where the South is going, North is going to return. Down the far sideline, trying to break through a tackle. Finally shoved into the bench on the far side. Keaton Olenick.
That's Keaton Olenick with the return for the North.
Really nice boundary return there. Just take what you can get. As an offense, anytime you're above the 30-yard line coming out, you're satisfied with your effort on kickoff return.
That's about where they are at the 32-yard line. As time is whistled in. Ziltra again at the controls, leading the way for Team North. And a first down, he stops, fires a stop route. Ball is caught by Corkum.
And I like this. Settle in your quarterback, establish the quick passing game on first down, get some positive yardage. I want to see this receiver cut upfield instead of taking this ball back inside. Cut upfield, see what you can get.
Second down and 4. Olesick in the backfield. Second down and roughly 5 to go. Seals with the quarterback. Looks right, then he takes off, blasts up the middle. He has the first down and a lot more. Makes a move, gets to the South 50-yard line, where he's finally dragged down and thrown down. But that was a nice play. Was that run all the way, or did he just pick up something and took off?
Really nice play there. His first read isn't available. I love the quick decision making. It's 2nd and 4. Go out, pick up that first down with your legs. Poor job of tackling from Team South there, but great pickup by Team North.
Marsh from Calgary Central Memorial on the tackle, but they're well across midfield to about the 49-yard line of the South. We're in the opening quarter. And there it is out of the backfield, plunging straight into the line. Olesick, but this time he's held to very little.
And back to that split zone look for Team North. I think Team South right now is doing a really good job controlling the edge in run. And anytime you force an offense into 2nd and long, that playbook becomes a little bit small.
And that's what it is, 2nd down and long. Send 3 receivers right. Zilster from Sexsmith directing the attack. And they come on the blitz. Zilstra pumps, steps up into the pocket. Now he's in the grasp and he goes down back across midfield as the South busts through to make the tackle. Logan Query from the University of Calgary, part of the U18 gold medal team, makes the tackle.
And it looked like Team North came out and ran a mesh concept there with double unders, and it looked like Team South did a really good job of covering that down. And something that we've seen out of quarterbacks early right now is if that first read isn't there, they've done a challenging job of progressing their read to the next man. They give up a near sack on that 2nd down conversion. All
right, Modus is on to punt. Great story about him. He just joined the team on Friday. He missed the original batch of tryouts because he was sick. But then the kicker they were thinking of bringing just couldn't make it for some reason. So they phoned him up again and said, "How do you feel?" He says, "I'm fine now, don't worry." So he came out and he's on the field.
And I'll tell you, as someone that's coached in this game, having a talented punter makes all the difference in field position. So exciting to see that young man out here, and let's look forward to what Team South is going to do on their next offensive series.
Wyatt Connor from Notre Dame of Calgary on the return, number 80.
Be first and 10 for the South.
And Feist from Calgary's Henry Wisewood is under center. I set behind him. The second man through, big hole left side, drives for yards, pushes ahead, and has a big gain. Keenan Scarrow from Medicine Hat.
And Team South went right back to this isolation tight end set. It's always a challenge for defenses. How are you going to match up to interesting offensive formations when you've only had 2 days of prep? And it looked like they're exposing some weakness on that nub tight end side. Really nice run on first down.
And it is a first down. 4:56 to play in our opening quarter. Behind center is Feist, give out of the backfield. Again from Medicine Hat, Scarrow.
And again, with Coach Ledoux's offense, you're going to see lots of pulls. Really good job by running back out of Medicine Hat to cut that back inside and take a big gain on first down.
Stocky running back, 5'9", 200. They'll be second down and close to 10 yards to go. They'll get the call to the backfield. Chigaro runs left, but as he makes his cut, he lost his footing, goes down well short of the first down. So they'll be kicking it away.
And third play in a row that they've attacked that weak side edge, and it looked like maybe just that fullback missed a block there, allowing two North defenders into the backfield. Now you force this offense into a passing situation in second and long.
Yeah, second down, and let's make it about 7 to go. They'll break out of the huddle again. Ball's on the 51-yard line. And from the eye, play fake, hard roll right to the wide side, throwing on the run and overthrew the intended target downfield, who goes down with an injury. Looking to set up Jacob Barker from McDougall in Airdrie.
Yeah.
So you mentioned about the players getting in for training camp. I guess since the end of their high school season, they pretty much would have to have kept working out so they could play in this.
For sure. And a lot of these guys, like with the high school strike going on, a lot of these guys had their seasons extended. And so what that means is there was really only a few weeks off of football. So most of these guys, my expectation is that they're still in football shape. Sometimes in the past, like you go out and you play this game and the guys have gotten out of shape in a month or so off. But with it being a quick season, I'm expecting most of these guys to be conditioned for 4 quarters of football. And with it being an all-star game and them rotating bodies through, I'm expecting this to be a high caliber of play today.
Well, sadly, he is down on the far side as they attend to him.
I'm interested to see how Team North is going to match up against this nub tight end set. It looked like a little bit of confusion in the secondary of what the coverage is, of who's covering what, who's filling what run game. I really like that install package from Coach Ledoux. And if I'm on the defensive side from Team North, that's one of those things. I'm grabbing the whiteboard, I'm pulling those guys to the side and saying, hey, in this set, here's how we align, here's how we defend against the run.
As you see, a lot of the parents that have come down or come to the stadium. Well, he is up very slowly going off the field. There's Jaden Barker. I hope it is just a bump or a bruise from not having played a game in a little bit, but I guess trainers will sort that out.
Yeah, you never like to see guys going down in an all-star game, but kudos to that young man for getting up and getting off the field.
So a third down punt. Pisa will punt it away for the South. Yeah, nice flutter on that kick. It'll be bobbled. It's loose on the ground. A scramble forward, and it looks like Team South has picked it up. South on the, yes, going downfield and falling on it. Nice play by the South Kimberley Cal from Canmore.
And it looked like Team North just stayed with their defense there. And only one returner. We've talked about this a few times now. If you're only going to go one returner, I want to see pressure from that punt return unit. They stick with one returner, and they bobble their second punt return of the day. Big, big turnover.
So the offense stays on the field for Team South, the 3:13 remaining. In the Senior Bowl, they're well into the North Territory.
And this is one of those drives that you need to come out with points. So I'm telling my quarterback, no turnovers.
And here's Zilcher goes, takes the ball, hard roll right. He throws on the run to the far sidelines and overthrew his target. But we starting to see the rotation. Brock Vandekratz, the player you coached this year, Tommy, to tell us what he's doing in the center there.
Yeah, let me first off by saying any center that has to do lots of snapping, that is a tough job. This guy is gritty, and he's hard-nosed, and he plays a tough brand of football. Proud that number 58, Brock Vandekratz, is representing us today on Team South.
There he is. Yeah, he's right in the middle there. Yates from Notre Dame to his left. It's second down. And again, they empty the backfield. There's a pitch to the near side. That is caught and spun around and dropped almost immediately as Cornstein from Holy Trinity Academy in Okotoks.
And yeah, just a quick boundary screen pass there, trying to keep things simple for the quarterback. That's one of those ones, if you're going to run a boundary screen, you need to make sure you're blocked up properly. And it looked like they missed a player at the point of attack. Really good response from the Team North defense.
And a nice open field tackle, too. He had no support. That was one-on-one. So the South is going to try a field goal again, modified for indoor football. There's a net that's going to drop down. There is some striping.
And with this net, it changes where your returner is going to set up, because anything that touches the net is going to be blown dead as a dead ball. So as that returner, you're going to put a returner back. Typically, we aren't going to see many field goal returns in this indoor setup.
Noah Watson from Calgary's Cardinal Schubert High School. Ball is down, it is kicked, and they hit the scoreboard with the first field goal of the game, but it makes it 10-0.
And 10 points for Team South off turnovers right now. We had the punt block for a touchdown and the fumbled punt return. That is exactly how you want to start this first quarter if you're head coach Scott Ledoux.
Absolutely. That was Kanan Hancock who made the tackle in the open field from Parkland High. Had he broken that tackle, I think he was gone to the end zone.
Had some space for sure. Now it's all about the response here if you are Team North, okay? How are you guys going to come back out and establish yourselves in this game? I want to see them offer a different formation. Looks like they've been in some pretty standard formations, but do something different that gives this defense a change-up.
They'll scrimmage at the 35-yard line. Team North, there's a handoff by Zylstra. Trying to run outside and get the corner, but couldn't do it.
Really nice tackle on the play from Lachlan Gaines, coming downhill and filling that run. This is a big back. I'm looking for some physicality out of Team North.
When you say big, you aren't kidding, 6'1", 210.
And yeah, that's a guy, if he gets into that secondary, those DBs don't love tackling big backs.
Big backs with momentum, too. All right, second down, 7 yards to go, Team North. Snap back, Zylstra going to the wide side of the field. There's a catch, spinning away from trouble, trying to get up the field.
And again,
nice
really good job
Richmond.
here that first play, that important play call, you give the quarterback a simple read. He's got the curl route open, the ball's out on time and delivered. Great pickup.
Under a minute to play in the opening quarter, 10-0 South. North advances to their 47-yard line, new set of downs. Takes the ball on the move, throwing downfield, and that ball is tipped, almost intercepted. Looking at his hands in disbelief because he thought he was going to pull the ball in. A great opportunity on an interception, but just didn't work out in the open field. Watch this.
And that's one they might want to have back.
Yeah.
It looked like they had number 11, Carter Hopman, over the top, uncovered. And unfortunately, quarterback just didn't see him there on that big first down play.
That's big Patrick Lowe patrolling the secondary, 6'3", 180 from Airdrie. On second down. North is back. There's a pass to the far side. It's short. Incomplete. Trying on the breakout was Moreau from Ross Shepard.
And it looked to me like Carter Zystra didn't really set his feet on that throw. Anytime you're going to take that quick boundary out, you want to make sure it's in time and in rhythm. And you want that quarterback to set it.
Cold or snow or rain or haze or. It's at the 48.
Putting together a nice drive here for Team North.
Can they find the end zone? The offenses have yet to see the end zone in this game. Up and the quarterback is back, rifles a strike over the middle. Great dive on a crossing route. Pulled in on the far side, making the catch. Webster from Lloydminster. That's a big first down.
Really good job by Team North picking up the blitz. Great throw by the quarterback, finding space over the middle of the field. That's a dangerous throw, but when you see the blitz, you know there's going to be openings in that secondary. Great job.
34-yard line is where the ball is. That's Hopman, the quarterback, one back set. He'll take the ball, looks right. Now he's going to air it out down the far sidelines on a streak out that's caught by Webster. He's tackled, he falls forward. He's ruled down at the 2-yard line. Big play on a pass and run. They set up Webster on a nice streak route deep into South Territory.
And any defensive back coach is going to tell you, Mark, this play keeps us up at night. I call it steering, where they do the fake hitch screen into the boundary and release someone vertical. Really nice throw and catch there from Team North on a big pickup.
Oh, North is standing on the doorstep. They're at the 2-yard line. Carter Hopman operating from the gun. 3-minute warning has been whistled in. Go up the middle, and did he find the end zone? No.
And again, they go back to that split zone look with defenders being able to crease at the point of attack. This big offensive lineman from Team North, I want to see them come downhill and go get someone. Seems like there's a little bit of confusion with that blocking scheme.
Bolte went right up the middle, but the guy that slowed him down, he didn't tackle him, it was Welcher, number 99 from All Saints. Well, they're on the 1-yard line, though. Operating from the gun.
Yeah.
And quarterback takes it. He's going to run right up the middle, and he is stopped. That defensive line is stout for the South.
And Mark, I want to highlight that. You're on the 1-yard line and you're going quarterback keeper from the gun. He's got to run 5 yards just to get to the line of scrimmage. If you know you're going to go for on third down, get that guy under the center and see if you can get the yard needed.
Well, once again, they are going from the gun. Let's see how this plays out. 3rd and 1 from the 1. They'll give it to Critch. He runs left. He is stood up. He is pushed back. And a tremendous stand by Team South holds them out of the end zone. What a defensive stand.
And you know what? When you determine the winners and losers of games, they come down to 5 plays. That series from Team North to get the ball on the 2-yard line and come out 0 for 3 is a really tough one, and one that they're going to want to have back.
First contact inside from Springbank. Brady Wagner, 6'2", 275. First contact, and the rest of the red shirts followed, and they held him out of the end zone. But the reverse of that is they've got the long field to go, so let's see if they can make the best of it.
Yeah, tough. And to walk away, you're not taking points. It remains a 2-possession game here.
Chris Cox from Notre Dame is up and under center on the 1. They'll give it to Shigehiro. He's just right at the middle, then is pushed back, maybe a couple yards on the play.
Now, you're in an interesting situation here where you're 2nd and long inside your own 5. if you don't have a completion here, you're likely going to give up the safety on third down. This is one of those plays that if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to take a shot here.
Yeah, let's see if that's what they elect to do. One back set. Here's the quarterback. They're going to go on the ground as Shigehara runs left, gets to the secondary, goes down the sidelines, and he has the first down.
Really nice run there, and it is going to be a long day for this Team North defense if you're not able to control the edge on run.
Yeah, a nice block.
Gain of 15 on the play. Will be first and 10 for the South, the ball down to the 20-yard line.
Let's give receiver Logan Hurlbert some credit as well for sealing down the end, and he was able to get outside.
Really good job blocking on the front side.
Snap back again. Here's a deep strike down the field. Nice grab by the midfield strike down the far sidelines across midfield. What a superb grab on a nice throw made out of the backfield as they find Robbins.
That is just a great throw and catch there. Looked like Notre Dame to Notre Dame connection. Awesome job by the quarterback, Cox, trusting his receiver to go up and get that one-on-one ball.
With 1:19 remaining in the half, they're on the 47-yard line. That's on the North 47-yard line. This is Cox from Calgary's Notre Dame, quarterbacking the South. Ball is snapped back. He's on the move. He's strung out. Turns, fires it downfield, and that was over the head of the intended target, Warhot.
And you know what? It looked like they had Wyatt Connor on the post corner open again. Little bit of a misread there from the Notre Dame quarterback as they had a player open vertical.
So it'll be second down. We're down to 1:12 to play in the half.
Great job by this Team South offense. This drive began on the inside of their own 5-yard line. Excellent job moving the football so far.
Yeah, they got the ball on a turnover. Cox from the gun on first down. Make that second down. Takes the ball and gives it on a counter. Shigehara runs left, evades a tackle, pushes it upfield, and down at about, let's see where it is, the 35-yard line. That should be a first down.
And Mark, you know that you have an offensive lineman as the offensive coordinator when it's 2nd and 10 and you go to the GT counter into the boundary. That is a staple here for head coach Scott Ledoux.
Well, your protege, Vandekratz, is out leading the blocks. 1 minute, 4 seconds remaining in the half.
And it looks like this ball is going to be spotted just short of a first down.
Okay. Well, it's 3rd and an inch. Now we have an injured player on the far side.
When you talk about the format of this All-Star game, what starts to show is how well the coaches have prepped certain situations. Things like special teams, things like short yardage, and things like goal line. We see on the last series, Team North 0 for 3 from the 2-yard line. And here we are on a 3rd and short. And one of the things I'm going to say about this Team South is they understand the importance and the crucial nature of these 3rd and short situations. Let's see if they've installed a short yardage offense.
That's Lucas Lindy hoppling off from Calgary's Bowness High School. And it's frustrating. He wants to stay in there, and I get it. Inches to go. Well, Cox tried to go left. There's a flag on the field. Let's see where the flag falls because it could stop them from getting a first down.
And one of the things Notre Dame does an excellent job of is coaching up their quarterbacks on how to play 3rd and short. Really smart decision there by Cox of pressing the edge. I'm going to be quite frank. It looked like that Team North was a little bit surprised to see the run on
North,
3rd and short.
5-yard penalty and a first down.
Well, it's offside, so it's academic anyway, but a nice open field tackle by Lance Belanger from Red Deer.
Regardless of the result of the play, that's a first down. It'll be first and 10 for the South.
And having that quarterback sneak in, I know you don't have that much time to install plays. Having quarterback sneak in is a testament, and it shows Coach Ledoux's experience in this all-star game.
So as they come to the ball, a lot of whistles. Now 55.9 seconds to play in the half. Referee walks in. Maybe they're just re-spotting the ball. I think that's what it is. The quarterback is number 10, Chris Cox from Notre Dame High School. Keen Shikiharo from Medicine Hat has been his primary weapon. He's in the backfield, number 22 to the quarterback's left. And Cox is back, throwing a long out to the near side, and that's just the quarterback and the receiver not being on the same page. I'm not sure he overthrew one receiver or underthrew another, but
yeah,
that's life with these guys that aren't completely familiar with each other.
It looked like they went back to that field side wheel concept, which might have been open. Just a little bit of miscommunication there between Cox and his receivers.
Second down, 51 seconds to play in the quarter. Split backs in the backfield. Cox will take the ball. He pulls it down, comes to the line of scrimmage, and fires too high for the intended target, setting up Borhot, incomplete.
And this shows the 2 days of prep. A lot of times these quarterbacks and receivers, if they've had a year together, they understand their scramble rules. Receivers need to make that easier for the quarterback when he's running for his life back there. That's one, when we pull those guys off to the sideline, you're telling that receiver, hey, make sure you're in a position that you can be a friendly target for that quarterback.
Well, Nathan Watson is on to try the field goal. This will be, what, about 39, 40 yards?
Which is a big kick in high school football.
Yes, it is. One thing we don't have to say, they're kicking into or with the wind.
Yeah, we get the luxury of being indoors, which certainly changes the game a little bit. And yeah, one of the things, the big fear on long field goals is, do you have the horses that if that kick is wide, do you have the guys that can cover down?
Yep. We've got a problem. The net is struggling to be lowered. So I don't know what they'll do here. They're going to give it another shot. No, maybe they'll just have to kick it and just trust the official judgment. Yeah, the net is not coming down smoothly. You see, they're trying to get the black material to act as the crossbar. And it's not dropping down.
I'm not sure they have this in the officiating handbook.
No, I would say not.
You do.
Tell you what, if you kick through there, on that kick, you're going to have scholarship offers coming.
Yeah, that's about 40 feet up.
Yes, it is. And a very narrow target, too. So I don't know what they're going to do. They're probably, do they just kick it and just trust the judgment of the referee? I think that's about all you can do, isn't it? I don't know. I think that's what they're discussing. Just say, listen, it's going to be your call.
The challenges of indoor football in December here, Mark.
Yeah.
But hey, let's highlight this drive from Team South. This began inside their own 5-yard line on a turnover.
Hey,
and
they got it down.
They've driven the entire length of the field to put themselves in an opportunity here to increase that size of the lead late in the second quarter.
Well, no matter if the net is up or down, this is still a tremendous kick. 40 yards, 45 seconds to play in the half. There's a terrific end zone view. Ball is down, it's up, and yes, hits the netting. Normally we say splits the uprights. This time we say hits the netting, but a nice kick.
Really great kick there, and you can tell coaches have confidence putting out their field goal unit for a 40-yarder there. Excellent job coming away with points.
So changing things up. Offense for the North is coming on. It's 13-0, 40 seconds to play.
And a little bit of a deflating drive for Team North. You have the big play that gets you down to the 2-yard line, and you walk away with 0 points. This is going to be a statement of how this offense responds on this drive.
Carter Hoffman from St. Francis Xavier. That's from Salisbury and Beaumont. Leading the attack. Back, he finally gets it away under pressure, but just threw it away. And after the play, the quarterback is down. Was there a roughing the passer infraction?
Yeah, and again, Team North really seems to be struggling with picking up the protection here for Team North. It seems like they've had some problems with the St. Francis graduate, number 95, Colton Kalang-Jular.
See, I think what happened, the first hit was okay, but somebody came in and landed on him after the fact.
Unnecessary roughness, roughing the passer. Team South, number 95. It's an automatic first down.
That's a big penalty here to give Team North a first down.
Now, Cangelo Carr is a big guy, 6'4", 200. I think he came in a little late after the initial hit. 50-yard line, Hotman again to pass. Throws it out of the backfield, making the catch, turning upfield is Olsek.
And some thunder at the end of that one, Mark.
Call it a fumble.
A thunder, a little bit of a big hit there on that sideline.
Very much, yeah. Boy, that was just in bounds, too.
And again, it seems like Team North's success here, get that ball out quickly from the quarterback's hands, slow down this pass rush.
At the 49-yard line, 27 seconds to play of the quarter. They're in the south zone at the 49. Back, pitches a strike over the middle. Nice grab off his feet to pull it in. A superb grab made by the North, Denham Webster.
Great adjustment mid-route by Denham Webster. We talk about being a friendly receiver for quarterbacks. That's a great job of going across the middle and adjusting to that football. Great play by the product out of the Holy Rosary Raiders program in Lloyd.
And we have a timeout.
And it seems like they found some holes in this secondary across the middle of the field. And anytime as a quarterback, if you have the confidence to deliver a pass over the middle of the field, you are going to build that. Really good job. Great play call there from Team North as they are here establishing this drive.
So taking the timeout. 10-0 after one for the South. It's now 13-0. And we're very late in the second quarter.
This front four from Team South has done a great job of generating pressure on this guy. But, man, all you need to do is hang on in that back end. Make some plays for your Team South secondary.
North at the South, let's make a 29-yard line with 22 seconds remaining. They'll get one play, then maybe have to take a shot at the end zone. Let's see what they decide. Up with the snap. He looks short side. Throws it out of the backfield. Onisic runs down the sidelines, runs out of bounds. That stops the clock with 16 seconds remaining.
And again, Team South dialing up some edge pressure there. As an offensive coordinator, you never want to see your quarterback getting hit on quick passes. That's going to unsettle his feet. And it looks like the quarterback for Team North is going to have to be subbed out here after taking that hit.
Yeah, backside pressure. So Zylstra from Sexsmith is going to be the replacement. Hope it's just a bump and a bruise that can heal up at halftime. Down on one knee in front of the North bench.
And if I'm coaching this Team North offense, I'm telling my offensive line and quarterbacks, let's identify that pressure pre-snap. We've seen it a ton today. Have a look, get your eyes up, and see who's coming. Maybe go back to that hard count.
That's Jordan Marchand.
So if they're going to get on the scoreboard in this half, they got to act quickly. Zylstra remains in the gun at the quarterback. Osnanek from Sherwood Park in the backfield. Rolling right is Zylstra. And he attempts to throw, but he is clobbered into touch on a really nice hit by Colton Colangelo Carr.
And again, we just said it. Identify that you have pressure coming. Looks like a big blitz from Team South there. Unfortunate for Team North, they don't identify pressure, and that is an incomplete pass on a key second down.
9 seconds remain. So we'll have a field goal try. Lorenzo Manis from Beaumont is on. This would be a good shot, about 37 yards, let's say.
And Team South electing to not put a returner back with that net.
Snap, it's down, it is kicked, and it is good.
That was close, and it looked like Team North might have had their backup pinner in there because that pinning technique looked a little bit sketchy, and maybe that's a result of the injury with quarterback going out a couple plays earlier, but they're thankful that they got that one down and up through the uprights.
Yet they're on the board, so it counts for something. They'll come on the field and squeeze out the last 5 seconds off the clock. Coach on the far side is Tack Landry for the North. He's from Jasper Place High School in Edmonton. He's also the defensive coordinator.
And both Tack Landry and head coach Scott Ledoux are University of Alberta Golden Bears alumni.
Well, Cox is under center. Let's see how they elect to play this one out. Cox go back, deep handoff Shigaro. Runs left, gets to the 40, and then runs out of bounds, and that will end this half of the ball game. So the first half is in the books, and we have a 13-3 game. The South scoring 3 in that quarter to boost their total to 13, and North getting on the scoreboard late with a field goal as well. So that's it for the opening half of our ball game.
Really good job there by both teams. I mean, there's some momentum building for Team North to come away with that last drive and get on the scoreboard. The opening has been all about special teams. The punt block for a touchdown, a fumbled return. It has been a great first half of football here at Shouldice.
We'll take a timeout right now. The first half is over. Back after this. crosswind. And we're back. The second half about to get underway. There's some of the North players. Right now it is the South 13-3 in the lead. As we get the second half underway, the South in the red uniforms will be kicking off. The North in the green uniforms to return. We're at Shouldice, the Football Alberta 2026 Senior Bowl. Really glad to be here. It's all the way time to be whistled in to kick off our second half. And that is kicked off downfield. The return on the far side, racing ahead, and chased out of bounds into the North bench.
Really good coverage there from Team South, and again, they go to that overload kickoff look, and one of the things in these short weekends of prep, kickoff return, how do you overload and adjust to numbers?
Well, let's see what the quarterback picture is here for the North. It'll be Zylstra back in. He started, but then was taken out for Hopman, who left late in the half with some kind of an injury. I hope it's not serious, but Zylstra is back in the game. Goes left to the short side. Breaks one tackle and pushes ahead. Gets to about the 35-yard line.
And that is the boundary screen that earlier they ran the steering route off of. Really good job picking up some first down yardage there. I'm going to tell that receiver, hey, when you catch that ball, fella, don't cut it back inside. Get upfield, get outside.
It's Matthew Moreau, the receiver on the play, second down and 3. Low snap, it's fumbled. It's picked up, then it's fumbled again, and it looks like the South they have jumped on the ball. A superb Nathan Johnson return, or at least pickup of the fumble, and the South will get the ball again.
Disastrous start to the half here for Team North. Unforced turnover is something that can't happen, and I don't know if that's because it's a different quarterback in or if it was a bad snap, but that's a bad way to come out and start here in the second half.
So the South is flip-flopping quarterbacks. Patrick Feist from Henry Wisewood High School is in the game, looking back at the bench, trying to get a signal. They'll pick it up at the 35-yard line. And as they come over the ball, there's a flag in the backfield.
Time count violation, number 7. Team South, it's a 5-yard penalty, and it's still first down.
An interesting call there after a turnover to take the time count. That's one of those ones you wonder how quickly that was whistled in, but you start your drive with a -5 penalty here. And it looks like there might be a little bit of microphone issues between offensive coordinator and quarterback there, but they got the play call in.
Well, Feist runs back in the huddle. He has the call. Shigehiro takes the ball, runs to the far short side, gets to the linebacker level, and is spun around and knocked out of bounds.
And just a solid zone concept there from Team South. This is a very talented back here from Medicine Hat that does an excellent job of picking up yardage on first down.
That'll be second down and about 5 yards to go. Make it 2nd and 7, make it as they're on the far side. So Patrick Feist will operate from the shotgun. Right, Shigehiro, he runs up the far hash marks. Makes the substitute of Jaden Barker in.
Good to see Barker back in the game. One cut, and unfortunately there are not enough yards gained to pick up the first down. Brings up a 3rd down here for Team South.
And they will be 3rd and 5. They'll try for a field goal. At the 36. He's from the university, or will be attending the University of Calgary. The snap, the kick, and that one is good into the netting. So he is 3 of 3 in field goals today, not bad.
And more points off of turnovers for Team South. That's the 3rd time that they've come away with points off a turnover. Great job there for Team South to walk away with 3.
And that makes the score with 9:33 remaining in the third quarter. South 16-3.
Silva bring the ball out and scrimmage it, 35-yard line.
And very vanilla offensive formations here coming from Team North. Lots of 22 two-back sets. That doesn't stress out a defense by formation.
Zylstra gives out of the backfield, running right, looking to find some room, but the red jerseys swarm the football and bring down the running back.
And yeah, Howells Boateng, a big back for Team North. I'm looking to see how he's finishing these runs. Is he delivering a blow in the secondary? It seems like 3 times now he's gone down on first contact. I want to see this young fella lower his shoulder pads, get some more yards.
Second down and about 7 yards to go. This time they'll go to the air. Zylstra throwing to the far wide side, incomplete.
Yeah, and it looked like quarterback struggled there to maybe get his hands on the football and deliver a strike. That's an important down there for Team North. Poor execution results in a 3rd and long coming up. Biggest play of the day so far has come on a punt return for Team South, where they blocked the punt and scored a touchdown. They're back in that 11-person up look. Let's see if they can generate some pressure on this punt return.
We mentioned Zylstra is out. It's Marchand that's been substituting for him. For the North. And it takes his time to get that kick away. It's a little wobbly kick. Got inside the 40. Running right, looking to get the edge. It's Connor, and then he's pushed back.
And it looked like the Team North punter did go down on that one. Thought we might have seen a contacting the kicker, but Team South is fortunate that that flag did not come out. Really good job of coverage there by Team North to eliminate any big return on that punt.
All right, the North on defense. South is coming out. They hold a 16-3 lead. And they give the Shigehiro. He runs left, tries to get it outside, but this time the defense is there. Wasim Yacoub with first contact.
And Team South going back to that isolation tight end look. You can see some confusion in the Team North secondary of how they adjust to that formation. Looked like a defensive back was running over to the strong side late. That's one of those things that if you're head coach Tack Lander from Team North, you need to have that adjustment in place earlier than here in the second half.
All right, very, very modest gain on the play. Actually, there's a holding penalty, so they're going to back it up.
Penalty, repeat first down.
And as an offensive play caller, your play sheet becomes pretty small when you got 1st and 20.
That's what it is, 1st down and 20.
Correction, the 32-yard line.
From the draw, they'll take the ball. Hard roll left to the wide side. Setting up, now throws back across the middle. The ball is incomplete.
And a cardinal sin in football is to roll out to your left and throw it back inside late. Didn't look like there was much there on the front side of the route concept, but that's one of those ones. Anytime as a quarterback, if you're rolling one direction, forcing the ball inside late is always a scary play.
Belanger up to make the tackle from Huntington Hills Red Deer.
2nd and 20. This is a tough set here for Team South. Let's see if they were able to install anything for this down and distance.
It is the second half of our game. Quarterback takes the ball, rolls left, throws right, and it's incomplete.
Yeah, and again, they're still in this nub tight end set, and I like the concept here from Team South. Just unfortunate that they were unable to set that one up.
Yeah, it looked to be a mix-up there, whether they were supposed to be a back there or... Anyway, it's incomplete. There is an injured player down. So yeah, that is for Team South.
Yeah, it looks
Jaden
like
Barker out of the
Jaden
backfield.
Barker, yeah, second time this player's been down this game. Hopefully everything's okay out there.
There are some of the fans. Some of them come from out of town. Some of them just drove into the Shouldice Athletic Field.
And yeah, indoor field, we are at near capacity here at Shouldice. It's a packed house. Really awesome to see how well the Team North fans have traveled down here, and excited for some football.
There's our vantage point. Gave it a wave. Well, he's coming off, limping quite noticeably.
Very tough when you take up that first down holding call. That just eliminates a lot of what you're able to do on offense. You end up with a 1st and 20 and a 2nd and 20. Those are two calls that it really places a lot of stress on this offense here for Team South.
Jane Barker from Airdrie. Very squat back, 6 foot, 205 pounds. So this kick will be punted away by Watson.
And if I'm Team North, this is when you want to dial up some pressure. A really good response here would be to go after this kick and see if you can't generate a turnover at the line of scrimmage.
Snap is back and punted away. Fielded in the air. Make a man miss. Nice move as they try to cut it to the outside. Put down on the ground, though, was Yaku, but he made a nice move to gain additional yards up near the 45-yard line.
Yeah, looked like some developing space there for Team North, maybe one block away from getting a big return. But again, I want to highlight the coverage here from Team South. Their special teams has been strong here at Shouldice.
Well, good to hear the quarterback is back in. We're talking about Marchand.
One of the guys I'm going to try and get the ball to here if I'm Team North is number 2, Denham Weber out of Holy Rosary Raiders. That's a guy I'm going to identify.
All right, he is back, looks to set up the screen. Now he's into the grasp and down he goes inside the 35-yard line. A couple of players arrived, not sure they'll credit the sack to.
And again, we're showing here, this is what happens when you have only a short amount of time to install an offense. The quarterback from the North here, his first read is a little bit cloudy. He's struggling to progress and move that football.
I'll give the credit to the sack to 34, Logan Gaines from Holy Trinity School. So second again. This time to the air. Long out to the far side, and that is broken up. There's a flag down. That may be pass interference as they were looking to set up the receiver on the far side before the ball was knocked away. Did Richmond...
Much better job there from the Team North offense, understanding that, hey, it's second and long, we're going to expect some pressure. They pick up the pressure and force the one-on-one ball, and hey, really tough position for that safety. Anytime you're in one-on-one coverage, inside leverage on an out-breaking 8 route, that's a lot of space in Canadian football, and unfortunately that Notre Dame defender takes the pass interference.
2 penalties on the play. We have unnecessary roughness. Team South, number 95, roughing the passer. And 4 pass interference.
Oh, here's the turn of events. 2 penalties on the play. A roughing the passer and pass interference downfield.
Yeah, that's absolutely huge. And for the defensive staff here for Team South, this is where discipline comes into play. You take 2 15-yard penalties on 2nd and 20. That's one the Team South staff is going to want back.
Jordan Marchand at the controls for Team North. Ball's on the 43 of Team South. Big quarterback Marchand standing in. He's in trouble.
It is going to be a tough day running the football when you are missing multiple defenders at the point of attack. They go to an inside zone look there, and there's 2 defenders from the South in the backfield immediately. This offensive line from Team North needs to shore that up if these guys are going to be successful in the second half.
Yep. Second down, about 13 yards to go. As they come over the ball, a couple of blasts to the whistle from the referees. Not sure what they're doing, but in terms of that. But here we are, second down and about 13 yards to go. Jordan Marchand. Outside blitz coming. He's in the pocket, and he is in trouble and goes down.
Flag down in the secondary, but again, it looks like Team North is really struggling with the inside pressure here from Team South. Having a tough time blocking those interior linemen, and this quarterback right now is really struggling to progress his reads.
And we'll get the call on the penalty.
Looked like a too many men call.
That might be, yeah.
Against Team North, which is not what you want to take on a second and long in a 2-possession ball game.
So Jackson Hand is on. Here's the call.
Number 62, Team North. That penalty would be declined.
Illegal substitution. It's waved
down.
off.
And again, that is a penalty that is on the Team North coaching staff. I understand you've only had a couple days of preparation, but taking a penalty like that on a key second down really inhibits your offense's ability to move the football.
Yeah, you're right about the interior of that line. Matthew Welter from All Saints in Calgary and Colton Colangelo, Car 95, have really stepped up the pressure, making it very difficult for the quarterback, either of the quarterbacks, to do anything. Carter Zylstra and Jordan Marchand. There's a line drive, bouncing kick, almost over the head. But he pulls it down, returns, gets to the outside, up to the 40, to the 35-yard line. He's pulled down. And flags on the play.
And anytime you get those low line drive kicks without hang time, it doesn't give your punt unit enough time to set up their coverage lanes. And you can see there, really good job by the Notre Dame returner, taking what he can get on that punt return.
Nice play as well by the returner Cox to go up and get that ball. That bounces over his head. He's turning his back to the play, and who knows where that ends up.
Yeah, absolutely. We've talked about it today. There's been a number of instances where the returners haven't fielded that ball. Really good job there, wrangling that one in.
Looks like we're doing the punt again, are we? Referee comes to the middle of the field. Well, that may be offside on the North or some infraction on the North. They'll be forced to punt it away again.
Yeah, I'm interested to see the call here. Usually Team South would
Before
take
the ball
that ball.
was returned by Team South, we have holding. Number 3, Team North will go back 10 yards and repeat third down.
Well, I guess they figure with a second kick, they'll get better field position. Now they send 2 returners back because they've been kind of spraying the ball around. So North will try it again. 4:46 to play in the quarter. It is 16-3 for the South, but we've yet to see an offensive touchdown. They'll put it away again. This time, a little more hang time on it. That'll be returned from the 30-yard line. Give his way up the middle, getting to about the 35-yard line, then busts it outside and finally put down at about the 37-yard line.
Really good job by the returner there to take what he can get. for this Team North coverage, one of the things you want to see these guys do at the point of attack is break down and come to balance on their feet. Looked like a little bit out of control for some Team North defenders on that punt.
Love the way Robbins planted and cut it and then head upfield.
Now, if you're this Team North defense, you understand you're working against the clock right now. You need to generate some stops and a turnover here in the second half.
Let's see what Feist does. Take the ball, give it on a receiver sweep. Running right, trying to turn the corner. Spinning, pushing ahead. Robbins is finally tackled, but that'll be a long way to gain, what do we call that, about 4 yards? 2nd and 6.
Really good patience to stretch that out, and then when he finds a crease, get upfield and take what you can get. And that is a staple of the Holy Trinity offense in that fly sweep, and you can tell this slot back runs that with confidence.
On the 44-yard line, making it 2nd down and about 5 yards to go. 3:37 to play, 3rd quarter. And not sure what happened, lots of flags. Looks like both teams were out of sync on that play.
Prior to the start of flags now, procedure the indication against the South.
Doing the procedure.
It is
56. Team
offside.
South. 5-yard penalty. Still 2.
And for our viewers at home, you go from a 2nd and 5, which your call sheet's wide open as an offense. Now you're in a 2nd and 10 where, you know what, your call sheet shrinks just a little bit. We've seen Coach Ledoux go to the run in this situation before. Interested to see what he does here on 2nd and 10.
2-back set for quarterback Feist. He's back. Scrambling and caught.
And about time that this Team North defense makes a play. That's Ronan Lee from the Jasper Place Rebels. Talented linebacker coming off the edge for the sack there. Great response if you're Team North. I want to highlight the importance of that procedure call on 2nd and 5. You go from a very convertible 2nd and 5 to a 2nd and 10. North forces the sack. That's exactly what you're after for Team North.
So South will be punting it away. Team South trying to get the personnel on. If you're just tuning in, the South is in the red, the North is in the green. Apropos to the 2 CFL teams in the province.
And again, Team North staying in this kind of base punt return, not really putting pressure on this punter.
A towering kick that almost kissed up against a light. It's a big bounce. Running right, now reversing, looking for the lane, and has some room on the far side. Finally is brought down. So a nice return on the play, Ronan Lee.
With a punt like that, where you have all the hang time in the world, you got to challenge your returners to catch that football in the air there. Still, great field position for this Team North coming out here.
And it's at the 53-yard line. Coming up late with 2:09 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Marchand to the air. Flare pass in the near plat. Back turns it upfield, gets the midfield, pushes down to about the 52-yard line. That's where Boateng is tackled. That'll be about a 5 or 6 yard gain.
Good quick pass here for 1st down. We've mentioned in the past that, you know, it's very important for these quarterbacks to get their feet set and get that ball out quickly. I like that play call. Interesting down here on 2nd and 6.
At the South 53-yard line. And they will go to the air. The heat is on. He is tackled back at the 45-yard line. How many times has Colton Colangelo Carr bust through to either harass or tackle the quarterback?
Yeah,
he's been fabulous.
It seemed like a little bit of miscommunication on the snap there. The offensive line might not have been prepared that it was on 2. Team South brings a Sam blitz where they're folding them inside of the B gap, and this is something that Team North has struggled with all day, picking up protection in passing downs.
Logan Gaines with first contact and then cleaned up by Colangelo Carr.
And if I'm this Team North offensive coordinator, I want to see a formation that's going to stress this Team South defense.
All right. Snap away. There's an end-over-end kick. Not much hang time there. It's bouncing. It's rolling. Going all the way back is Boateng. Actually, that's Robbins with the ball.
And there's a few flags down here.
Yeah. Ball is in the end zone. And this is confusing. South player is on it in the end zone, but what exactly is going on?
Yeah, it looked like an offside by alignment here from Team South. And it also, I'm going to speculate that second flag is in the area of holding or illegal block.
Okay, that one got by the returner. And he gets it at the 10. Cuts it upfield. And then he's driven back into the end zone. So, will they rule he was stopped and in the grass? Was he driven back? Safety?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they might give Team North the option here to re-punt that football. If I'm the Team North coaching staff, I'm probably going to make the decision, enforce that illegal block penalty, and take half the distance to the goal.
16-3 with 3:10 to play in the third quarter. So anyway, interesting on the return. Ended up driving Connor back to the end zone.
We have two penalties on the play. Offside
Good call.
on the deep side.
That's declined.
So illegal block, Team South. That'll be half
Illegal block.
the goal line. Team South, first down from the 5-yard line.
And it's first down. So rather than punt again, they're going to try to pin them in the territory very, very deep. 16-3 our score.
Yeah, and we've seen Team South with some success moving the ball out of their own end zone before. Last time they were inside their own 5, they came out heavy run to the back from Medicine Hat. Be interested to see what offensive coordinator brings on this set.
I guess they ruled his forward progress was stopped at the 4 because they did drive Connor back to the end zone. Connor going left. From the 4, Shigeru, one back set. He gets the call. He runs into the teeth of that defense, and there's nothing there.
Really good job by the Team North defensive line pursuing the pull and creating pressure on the inside of that defense. That's a great first down if you're Team North.
Very much slicing down from the end. Luke Scoville for Fort McMurray. That'll make it 2nd and 10. 16-3.
Last time we were in this situation, we saw GT counter into the boundary on 2nd and long coming from their own end zone.
Ball snap back, play fake, quarterback rolling left. He's in the end zone, he's in trouble, the ball comes loose. It's a fumble, it's picked up by the North. Is it a touchdown or a safety, depending where they picked up the ball? Was the quarterback down in the end zone, or did they pick it up for a touchdown? I can't say right now.
And it looked like they were trying to go to that GT counter into the boundary, but a little bit of miscommunication between the quarterback and tailback. That flag that came out, that might be in the area of intentional grounding.
Yep.
Interesting to see what the officials are going to rule here.
Yeah, he was in the end zone, tried to throw. If they rule he was in the grasp and couldn't throw, that's a safety. If they rule, I don't think, well, anyway, let's have officials sort it out.
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. Intentional grounding in the end zone would result in a safety. That is also an intentional grounding call is a loss of down as well. Very interesting to see what happens here.
Or is it a touchdown? They say he got the pass away, or was it a fumble because it was knocked free? That's a possibility. So we're trying to sort this out. And this will be a huge swing in this game. Well, I'm missing something here, but the South is running off to the sidelines. Looks like they're in a scrimmage around the 30 or 35.
Okay, in the end zone, we have an intentional grounding, number 7, Team South. Okay.
Okay.
So that automatic safety for
That
Team
results in a
North.
safety,
Because
so-
of the foul, we still have one more play.
He called that, so
And
that'll end
that
it.
is tough execution on an important play there for Team South. That's one that Coach Ledoux, he's going to have a conversation with his quarterback and tailback, giving up the safety there.
all right, we're at the 3-quarter break. 16-3 our score. We'll be back with the 4th quarter. Well, hang on. I think they're looking at the clock because there's some kind of malfunction. It went right to 0, but a couple plays before that, it was 3:16. Okay, well, North has the ball. There's the pitch downfield, about caught 40-yard line.
Late flag came out, really good job. Not sure if that's an RPO or a play action pass, but that boundary slant wide open to the talented Denham Weber out of the Holy Rosary Raiders.
I think we have a clock malfunction, and that's the issue. It says 0 on the clock. Yeah, necessary roughness.
Number 27, Team South, 15 yards, back on from the end of the play, and it's a first down.
So we're still in the 3rd, and your guess is as good as mine as they throw the flags on the field.
Yeah, an undisciplined 15-yard penalty here from Team South. The stats will show any drive that you have a 15-yard penalty, you're going to increase the offense's chance of scoring. That's one of those ones. If I'm on that defensive staff, I'm telling my guys, hey, we have a lead right now. You just need to do your job and eliminate the penalties.
Ball advanced to the 43-yard line. The officials are conferring here. I think they're trying to sort out how they're going to relay time to the teams. The clock at one end says 0. So I'm not sure how they're going to sort out the scoreboard malfunction. Officials are conferring, trying to get it determined, but I don't know how they're going to decide when the quarter's over.
Yeah.
Anyway, the North is on the move. Marchand gives it a handoff. Downfield they go. Good pitch to Hopman.
Great job identifying the pressure, and it looks like we're finally going to end that 3rd quarter. A number of penalties extend that 3rd quarter,
Yep.
And now here we go into the 4th, and it looks like Team North building some momentum.
Yep. That was dumped off, big gain, so we're through 3 quarters. Teams are going to change
And
ends.
one of the keys for this Team North is being able to identify pressure. We've seen lots of quick pressures from this Team South. We see there a great job of quarterbacks seeing the edge pressure, get the ball out quickly, and pick up some important yards.
It was 10-0 South after 1, 13-3 South at the half. And it's 16-5. Not had an offensive touchdown. We had some close plays. Anyway, Marchand takes the team out. That team being Team North, looking for the game's first offensive touchdown. Marchand takes the ball. Flare pass out of the backfield. Austin catches 30 and then runs out of bounds at about the 28-yard line with Johnson in hot pursuit.
An interesting adjustment from that Team South defense. Looked like both the the defensive lineman and the will playing outside into the boundary. Seems like Teams North has found something that they're looking to expose here in the 4th quarter.
Down to the 29-yard line. Again, a one-back set. Back crouches in the backfield. Setting up, pitching into the end zone. That ball is caught. Touchdown, Denham Webster.
We have been saying this guy's name all day. Denham Weber. What a throw and catch. And hey, it looked like we got that boundary steering route again where they show the boundary screen. If it works once and it works twice, go right back to it. Great touchdown catch from the talented receiver out of Lloydminster.
Jordan Marchand with the touchdown pass. And yes, probably on balance, the South has been the better team, but they haven't been able to pull away right now. And that touchdown really narrows the gap.
That is one of those ones that comes down to coaching. You got beat on it earlier. Did you make a coaching adjustment to say, hey, this is the defensive back that's covering that, and this is the defensive back that needs to take it away?
They're going to try the 2-point conversion. That is back, dumped into the flat. Ball is caught and into the end zone with the 2-point convert. Now, wait, yeah, it's across the goal line. The South is saying that he was out of bounds before he put the ball across the goal line. The referee was right on the spot, so we'll have to go with his call. I don't think there's any debate about it. But he's being chased to the far side, got the ball across the goal line. That's what matters.
First off, that Team North crowd just got woken back up here in the fourth quarter.
Yes.
Really good offensive play call in there from Team North. It's tough to have a 2-point play ready to go. They dish the ball off to the back and convert for 2.
Well, it is now a 3-point game. 16-13 is our score.
And that's one of those plays. When you pull this defense off, you need to say, fellas, we need to do a better job on this steering route. Who's covering vertical and who's taking away the quick? If I'm Team North, that's one of those looks. You go back to it until they can stop it.
And let's see how Team North plays. I'll have the defense on the field momentarily, see how they cover.
Huge drive there for Team North to make this a field goal possession game.
Manos to kick off. End over end kick to the far side where Fisher has it. In stride at the 20. Up at the 30, and that's where the green guys catch up to him and bring him down. So now the, shall we say, momentum has swung to the north. The South will have to try to gain it back.
Absolutely. And this Team South, this offense is built through the run game. This is what you're built for. You have a lead in the fourth quarter. How can you come out and establish some dominance here in the fourth?
And that's what we'll have to do as they huddle up. Chris Cox from Notre Dame is back at quarterback. They've alternated quarters by the quarterbacks. Cox takes the ball, play action, dumps it off left. Ball is caught, racing upfield, and then pushed out of bounds on a grab by Hurlburt.
And yeah, Logan Hurlburt, okay, a stud out of the Willow Creek Cobras program in Claresholm, a University of Calgary commit. This is a guy head coach Ledoux mentioned to be one of their game changers. Nice to see him getting involved here in the fourth quarter.
And that bit of a shot pass push into the flat. So it is a first down at the 43. There's a handoff, just straight power running up the middle.
Yeah, right behind that Notre Dame lineman. And I'll tell you this, watching Notre Dame football, they are excellent at developing technique for pulling. That is a big pickup on first down. Great run there for Team South.
Shigehiro, who else picks up 7 on first down?
Second and 3 at the ball to 50.
They're operating from the shotgun. Make that Cox under center. Now Cox takes the ball, rolling right, seeking a target. He's going to turn the corner, but he was tripped up as he turned the corner. So down he goes as over to make the tackle and trip him up was the hard-charging Ronan Lee.
And it looked like they were trying to spring Hurlburt in the flat there. One of the things I would challenge that young man to do is when you're running through all of that traffic, you have to get your vision to the outside into the space where you're running. Looked like he was running directly into traffic. Great play from Team North to force the stop on second down.
So no gain on the play. It'll be third down. They have a 3-point game.
That's a great series for Team North defense.
Well, maybe they've got their confidence going underneath them now. Watson to punt it away. Low snap, it's bobbled. He has to hurry, his kick is blocked. Rolls towards the near sideline. It's picked up by the North, and they pick the ball up, then fall out of bounds. Kanan Hancock, a defensive back from Spruce Grove, picks the ball up, and this is exactly what got Team South on the scoreboard as a block punt. Well, here's another one. Can they capitalize?
And Team North gets the punt block with 5-man pressure. A little bit of a bobbled snap there, and that's a huge play in the fourth quarter. Team North with all the momentum right now, Mark.
They sure do have all the momentum. They have Jordan Marchand on the field. Blitz is coming. Marchand pitches downfield. Caught, turning it away upfield immediately on the catch is Webster. Then he is held up.
Seems like there's a really good connection here right now with number 2. And if I am this offensive coordinator for Team North, what are ways that we can get the ball to this guy in different formations? How can we get the best look? Looks like he and quarterback are in stride right now.
Gain is good for first down. First down for the North. The North on the 25-yard line.
So it's at the 25-yard line. As I say, nobody scored an offensive touchdown yet. Let's see if this is the time. Marchand at the controls. They'll take the ball inside, running on the handoff. But Boateng gets very little yardage inside. Nice tackle on the play by Fletcher.
And with a back of that size, I really want to see him get his shoulder pads low and finish that run going downhill. Carry some defenders, big fella.
Second down and 8 yards to go. From the gun. Has the ball in the pocket. They bust through and put him on the ground.
Now, on second down, when you are in field goal range, going with the play action pass and giving up the sack is something that cannot happen. That is a big-time sack, which pushes you on the edge of field goal range.
88, Joseph Russo breaking through with some help from Colton Colangelo Carr.
And Mark, I want to highlight the decision by Team North late in the second quarter to not take the points. It's a 3-point game right now. That is the difference between winning and losing. And here we have a long attempt coming for Team North.
Yeah, about 38 yards. You'd hear some shouting from the sidelines as the coaches want to make sure the right people are in the right spots. Not the easiest thing to do with these teams having little time together. And we'll get ready for the kick from the near hash marks. Low snap, they pin it, it is kicked, and it is a kick that goes nowhere. It's a line drive kick, goes down to about the 2-yard line.
And this is why when you are running these tryouts, 3 of the most important positions, your long snapper, pinner, kicker, it looked like the long snap bounced and that pin did not get down properly. And when you're kicking the game-tying field goal, you need those 3 players to execute, Mark.
Yeah, we'll watch it again. It did not appear they were in sync at all. There it is, the snap rolled up. They got the ball, he kicked it poorly. It looked like it hit a South player in the face mask. Then it becomes a live ball down to about the 1 or the 2.
15-yard line, first and 10.
And that is a tough second down play call, which resulted in the sack, forces the long field goal. You dribble the long snap, and it remains a 3-point ball game here.
Cox of Notre Dame wearing number 10, golden helmet on, under center. The Shigahara runs left, breaks 1 tackle, gets across the 20, about 23.
And this is that time as the Team North defense, you gotta be ready for that outside zone run on first down. I want to see these defenders coming downhill, force that running back to cut back inside.
So they second down and roughly 5 yards to go. Divided backfield. Takes the ball, a sidearm pass downfield. That's broken up.
And unfortunately for Team South, they've stalled a little bit here on second downs in the second half. You're doing a tremendous job of picking up positive yardage on first down, getting these situations into second and manageable, but unable to convert there.
Lance Belanger creating some havoc. So the North sends their return team back. Yeah, right now the South has really stalled.
And it's going to be interesting to see after back-to-back long snapper issues. This is one of those situations that you hope that long snapper got a couple reps in after dribbling a bouncing ball on the last punt.
Well, they have a receiver, Ezra Kornstein from Okotoks. Snaps it back. This one is kicked away. It's an end-over-end kick. Bounces. Has to go back and pick it up, then try to turn it upfield. Breaks one tackle, coming near side, looking to get the corner. 40-45 at the 50, and then he is blown up. Nice downfield tackle by Lachlan Fletcher, but a nice return, gets it near midfield, make it the 49.
Really nice return. Again, that returner struggling whether he takes the ball in the air or lets it bounce. Able to make something out of nothing there. And you know what? If you're Team North, this is still great starting field position.
6 minutes and 3 seconds remaining.
Now, if I'm Team North, I am trying to draw something up to give number 2, Denham Weber, a shot here. How can we give him the football?
Marshine quarterbacking. And a first down. He'll pitch it to the near side. Picked off the turf nicely by Morrow. But as he tries to cut it inside, he's held to very, very little gain.
And anytime you're running this boundary screen concept, first thing quarterback needs to do is set his feet and give a strike. That ball a little bit low, receiver takes it inside. There's not a lot of space bringing that back inside on first down.
Queering on the tackle. So it's second down, and let's call it 9.5. Outside blitz is coming. Pumps one, scrambling away from the pressure, turns, heaves it. His receiver comes back to help him out at the 50 at midfield. Runs out of bounds on the far side, but may indeed have the first down as Hotman bails out his quarterback.
And you're bang on, Mark. That's a great job by number 11, Hotman, coming back to the quarterback when he's scrambling. One of the things I'm challenging this Team North offense, identify the pressure. You can see the South linebackers creeping down pre-snap. If you know you're getting that pressure, you know that ball needs to come out.
Well, they spotted about a half yard short of the first down.
A lot of bodies moving out there for Team South on a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, a lot of people on and off. And we have a timeout taken by the North. I think they were trying to figure out exactly who their personnel is.
And I'm going to say this, Mark. We highlighted it earlier when Team North was on the 2-yard line and they were taking snaps out of the gun. One of the challenges in a short All-Star weekend is, do you put in a devoted short yardage package? You see Team South running a lot of big bodies in, saying, hey, we are not going to give up that quarterback sneak. This is a crucial down here for Team North. And I'm going to say right now, Mark, I hope to see that quarterback under center and put it in his hands and go quarterback sneak.
I think because of the magnitude of it, I think that's why they called the timeout. Bring it over and say, guys, we're not going to just jump into this play. Let's think it through. And because if they have to punt it away, I won't say it decides the game, but it's a big blow against them.
South has 1 timeout remaining. North still has 2.
Well, it's 3rd down and almost a yard. Now they say the timeout was on the South. Okay, it wasn't indicated. Regardless, I know they were probably trying to sort out what to do. Well, they do love this shotgun. Receiver's 1.5 miles offside by the North.
That, Mark, if you're going to go hard count after a timeout on 3rd and short, you better make sure your receivers get the call. They take an illegal procedure there. That's going to back them up. Talk about the guts going hard count pass on 3rd and 1.
You look at procedure. Number 62 of Team North. Go third down.
Yeah, one of the receivers was many steps offside on the far side.
And that is an undisciplined error that is going to be very tough. And Team North now running out that punt unit. I'm going to say it again, Mark. It's 3rd and 1. You got a big offensive line. Put that quarterback under center and challenge your guys to get 1 yard.
So they'll have to, instead, as you say, send on Mons to punt it away.
And that might be one of the things overlooked by Coach Tack Landry and this North coaching staff is the short yardage offense and defense. Coach Ledoux for Team South showing his experience in this situation, understanding how important those 3rd and shorts can be.
So they'll put this one away, the North will. That back, then it's punted away. Kick goes towards the far sidelines. It goes out of bounds. And that'll be spotted just the 35-yard line. Well, we'll see what the South does. They do have the lead, but they've not done a lot offensively in this half.
Yeah, they've been very strong in 1st down, picking up positive yardage and stalled out on those 2nd and mediums. If I'm head coach Scott Ledoux, I am challenging our guys. We need to pick up 2 first downs on this drive.
Cox of Notre Dame is the quarterback under center. Gives it on a late handoff. Trying to bust up the field, but he's tackled right away.
Really good
brought
pressure.
down.
Really good pressure from that defensive line for Team North. If I am defensive coordinator here, I'm going to expect some sort of boot protection here on 2nd and long. Let's see if they can dial up another stop here for the Team North defense.
Nice tackle by Kampala, weighs in at 275. You can see all of that there. Gain of 2, 2nd down and 8 yards to go.
And no safety here for Team North. Looks like it might be cover 0.
Blitz is coming. They throw. The ball is deflected at the line of scrimmage. Falls to the ground. The blitz worked.
Absolutely great job here in this 2nd half from this Team North defense, coming out and imparting their will on Team South. That is a great stop and another momentum builder here for Team North.
You can see the clock on the left side of the screen. We're ticking down to 3:47. One returner back for the North.
And again, this is one of those situations that if you are a special teams coordinator, you want to dial up some pressure here. It looks like a pretty vanilla punt return group here for Team North.
He's punts it away. And the ball gets through the returner. It goes back to about the 25-yard line. He'll pick it up and try to run up the field. Dyer has the ball. He's being chased on the far side. Finally brought down. At least he picked it up. If he'd have touched that, it would have been a complete disaster because it would have been a free ball.
Very fortunate to take that ball and get what he could on the return. And yeah, this punt return unit has been a little bit shaky here for Team North today. They did have the one block on the bobbled snap, but good job maintaining possession there.
Well, the South defensive unit on the field. The North trailing by 3. Clock runs, 3:09 to play. Back is the quarterback, Marchand. Pass is tipped at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and again, it looked like they're trying to get the ball out to number 2, Denham Weber. But that's one of those situations. How do we move this guy in the offense? It looks like he's kind of stuck in that boundary slot position right now. That's one of those guys. How can we generate a one-on-one matchup for him here late in the 4th quarter?
It's at the 35-yard line. Second down and 10. Marchand looking wide side, throws downfield, and that was short of the intended target.
Looked a little bit like there was some miscommunication with the offensive package as they were substituting guys late. That's the first 41 set that we've seen from this offense. I like it. It was just some miscommunication there on spacing and personnel.
So a quick 2 and out, probably one they couldn't afford because the time is becoming an issue now at 2:37 to play.
Yeah, and it highlights the need for picking up positive yardage on first down here. Forced to punt this ball away again here in the fourth quarter.
There's Mons, 55, a unusual punter number and usually associated with linebackers. Ball's kicked away under a lot of pressure. Ball's caught at the 45-yard line. Trying to turn it upfield. Connor down the sidelines.
Really nice job there from Team South being able to generate pressure with 10 men up and secure a return off the edge. Great momentum builder here for Team South.
And let's see how it works out as at the north 48-yard line is where they'll scrimmage. Making the 47. Referee kneels down. So they'll break the huddle. Chris Cox, they've alternated quarterbacks by quarter between him and Feist from Henry Wisewood. But it's Cox down the stretch here. He'll take the ball, turn, give out of the backfield. Running straight ahead. Opportunity for Chiego, who's been their key ball carrier all game long. Keyshawn Shigehiro.
And they're at the point in the game for Team North where you have to think this offense is going to come out and run on first down. What do you have on the call sheet that's going to be able to shut down that run on first down?
It's about a 9.5-yard gain. They'll do it on second down. We're coming up under 2 minutes to play. With a half yard to go. No, taking the ball, rolling right, nice play fake. Quarterback Cox takes off, then runs out of bounds.
And you know what? That's a gutsy play call on 2.5 yard. That's one of those situations. If you give up a sack, you might be forced into a punt situation. Smart offensive decision there by Cox to take off with the football and pick up the first down.
So 1:54 remains. They have another down. Shigehiro in the backfield. To the air, pitch downfield, going down, making a nice grab. That was Rodney Dawson.
And a little bit of a tendency breaker there for the first down pass. Wondering if that Team South coaching staff sees something that they like. No one picking up the third receiver out of that 32 set.
Team North, it's their first one this half.
Once again, a general reminder.
I think that's been taken by Team North.
And let's talk again about the decision at the end of the second half to not take the points. This game right now is a three-point game, and it's one of those decisions that we get the luxury in the broadcast booth to go look back and second guess. But the dynamics of this game change hugely if it's a tie ball game right now versus being down 3.
North with 5 on the board. They kicked a field goal and were awarded 2 points on a safety. A punt block in the first quarter by South, and then since then it's been all field goals. Should tell you that North also scored in the fourth on a touchdown by Webster and a 2-point convert.
Yeah, for sure.
1:48 remains.
How soon do you need it?
Let's see how they elect to play this.
10 minutes?
They're waiting for things to settle down. Now time is about to be whistled in. Cox, the quarterback, under center. Deep hand out to Shigehiro. Goes wide to the open side. 30, 25, at the 20, at the 15 before he's chopped out of bounds. Nice hustling play to get over Belanger, but it is a first down.
Really strong job on the offensive play calling there. Team North just struggling to control that strong side edge, and yeah, that's one of those ones unblocked at the point of attack. You need to come up and make that tackle or force the run back inside. Unfortunate turn of events for Team North.
Clock says 132, 129. South looking to score their first offensive touchdown. They give the Shigehiro, but this time the green guys are waiting for him, led by Reese Belcher, Sylvan Lake.
And looked like maybe a little bit of confusion on the offensive line as there was multiple poles running into each other there. That's one of those mistakes that, hey, when you're in crunch time, you need your guys able to execute on first down.
So this is second down. And they have another timeout. This time it's taken by the North. 1 minute, 15 seconds to play.
And this is one of those dilemmas as an offensive play caller. Do you get a little bit more aggressive and try and put a pass in here on second down? But of course, if you run the football, you keep this clock moving, and Team North looks like they burned both their timeouts for this half.
All right, time about to be whistled in. It is a factor. 1 minute and 15 seconds remain. The South in the red. On offense.
Looks like man coverage here from Team North as they run the halfback over.
Cox takes the snap. Dancing in the pocket. He's going to step up, and he'll be tackled right away. So pretty much no gain. Maybe will be nice. Give him a half yard on the play. James Murphy from Spruce Grove. Talented player makes the tackle.
And again, that's a smart play by the Notre Dame quarterback. It's one of those situations where when you give up a sack, you're still in field goal position, but that clock is going to run after the tackle.
So they're going to look for a field goal to go up by 6. And that would force the North to score a touchdown. Getting some instructions sent in from the sidelines. I'm not sure what the hang-up is here.
Yeah, it sounds like Coach Ledoux is electing to take the time count and back this kick up 5 yards to maximize the amount of time that they're running off the clock.
Also, that's one thing, is to cut the clock to 109. The netting is not down. As you can see, it's hung up. They got it done once before where they had it down after a struggle.
That would be a lot of confidence in this kicker to say, hey, we believe in you so much that we take the 5 yard, no yard penalty and back you up.
Mm-hmm. Well, they're trying to untangle the netting. I think that's the issue. You can see the attendants here frantically trying to move all the right strings and wires everywhere. No pressure, guys, just the whole stadium watching you.
That's why they make the big bucks, Mark. Perform under pressure.
Yeah, I don't know if they can't get now. It looks like it's making some progress. These guys have got to be sweating pretty good. Trust me, I wouldn't know what I was doing if I was down there, so we'll cut them some slack here.
And this is one of those situations where you wonder how a delay affects your long snapper, pinner, and kicker. Sometimes these guys get pretty used to breaking the huddle. You take your yardage, you take your steps, and then you line it up. Let's see if the kicker from Team South here is able to reload and focus for this important kick.
There we are. We got the south end zone net down. Coming to you from Shouldice indoor facility in Northwest Calgary. Well, both teams get an unexpected breather. See if this settles P's nerves or allows them to overthink it. We'll see. The snap, it's down, the kick. And no questions asked about that one. It's 19-13. And that forces North to score a touchdown. Field goals mean nothing at this stage.
Yeah, absolutely correct, and great confidence there from Team South to take the 3 points and make this a touchdown game. What that means for this offense coming out for Team North is it is an immediate go on third down, and you know that you have to go down and score. You're aiming for the end zone. A field goal won't cut it.
Clock registers 51.6 seconds. They're at the 35, so 75 yards away. Jordan Marchand, ball will be in his hands. Quarterback does it. He is back, throwing to the far side. Great catch, shielding the ball very neatly on the far side. They have to go hurry up. Moteau makes the catch.
And now it's going to be interesting to see how much time both coaching staffs spent in a 3-minute offensive defensive situation.
46-yard line, 35. There's a pitch to the far side of the field, but it lands. Nobody near it. They'll have to go here.
And it looked like a little bit of an uncomfortable pocket there for the quarterback out of the North. A lot of pressure on the inside. He's not able to set his feet. A little bit of contact when he's trying to deliver that football.
38 seconds remaining. It is 19-13 in favor of the South. So they'll go to the air on third down. Throw across, but that is caught and then broken up right away on a thunderous hit across the middle by Lachlan Fletcher. Knocks the ball carrier down.
We've seen a few big hits from number 55, Lachlan Fletcher, out of the Chinook Coyotes in Lethbridge. That is a great statement here in the fourth quarter. I want to highlight the Team South went to a too-high safety look. Looks like they're playing a little bit of off coverage here late in the fourth quarter. That again shows it's a great job that this coaching staff got that installed in a short 2 days of prep.
Richmond, the receiver, is slow to get up. I just got to think he was winded because he took a big blast. 3rd and 6 now.
Ball just over the 49-yard line.
32.7 seconds to play.
And if I am Team North, the first thing I'm telling my guys, we got to be able to protect the quarterback here with the game on the line.
They go to a one-back set. 4-man pressure. That's the quarterback, Marchand, throwing to the far side. And did he stay in bounds to make the catch? The South says no. The officials say yes to Matthew Moreau. But where did he go out of bounds? It's close to the first down. Are they going to bring the sticks in from the near side? I think they are. And they have to go all the way across the field.
Yeah, this is a huge measurement here.
Either it's a turnover on downs or it's a first down.
Are you going to speculate, Mark? Do you think they have it?
Yes. All right, here's the big measure. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Well, it is by just that much. Barely the nose of the football. But now they've got to take a shot at the end zone here with 23.7 seconds remaining.
Great conversion there for Team North on third down. 23 seconds left. You're looking at maybe 3 plays left here. What do you have left in the tank for Team North?
Well, let's see what they have discussed. 3 receivers, wide side of the field. Marchand, the quarterback. He has the ball. Marchand is back as he steps up. He is hit by that on-rushing South front 4.
Can't have that on first down. That's one of those things. You got to get the ball out. Can't give up a sack on first down. Took 10 seconds off the clock.
Joseph Van Horn from Foothills. And Bear hugs the quarterback. Safeties are deep. And back is Marchand. Long pitch over the middle. That ball a tip. Carries through a couple of hands. And it is intercepted. Tipped into the hands and intercepted. Tough break for the North. Great play for the South as Kyler Brown from Notre Dame with the interception. And that'll do it.
Yeah, that is an unfortunate first down, second down combo there. You give up the first down, sack, and on second down, quarterback feeling a little bit uncomfortable in that pocket, forces a ball across the middle. Tip drill results in the interception for Team South.
Well, that's a ball hit a receiver, hit a defensive back, tipped through several hands, ends up as an interception. Christopher Cox takes 1 knee. Takes another knee, and that'll do it. The South in the red defeats the North in the green by a score of 19-13, a game that I wouldn't say that either team really took off and hid from the other. It was close throughout, but certainly when you look back at the North decision to run out of the gun 3 times on the 1 yard line, that may be the turning point in this game. But a 19-13 game, 4 field goals by the South. They didn't score an offensive touchdown. Their only touchdown came off of a punt block. For the South, they kept chipping away, got an offensive touchdown early in the 4th, but just not enough, and the final's 19-13.
Yeah, a really good job here by this Team South. You can tell they made the most of their time preparing for today's game. They dominated in short yardage situations, something that it appeared that Team North maybe struggled with, and huge plays on special teams. 2 punt blocks here, 1 for a touchdown for Team South. Really opened up that game early in the first quarter.
Well, we're going to get some player of the game ceremonies and awards.
And just an awesome job by Football Alberta here, showcasing some of the top talent in Alberta for the 35th annual Senior Bowl.
You bet. And then some of the players here, if they weren't on schools' notices, they are now, I can tell you that.
Absolutely, and you're going to see a lot of these guys. I can tell there's some youth sport coaches in the crowd, some junior coaches in the crowd. One of the things you're going to see after they do the Player of the Game Awards is you will see these coaches going out and talking to individuals that made plays today in the Senior Bowl.
The endless task, recruiting and filling out a roster for universities' junior teams.
Yeah, it never ends. And, you know, I'll say this, both University of Alberta and the University of Calgary not making playoffs this year in the Canada West. What that means is you start your recruiting early. And those guys have been on the trail trying to ensure that the top talent here in Alberta stays within Alberta.
Yep, teams are going through the handshake. Some have committed already, of course, but I'll talk to some others. Finish up the handshakes. There they are lining up with the 45s. Good game, some sloppiness at times from both teams, but overall just a nice, entertaining game.
Yeah, and honestly, I want to say Team South had to evaluate some of their tryouts well at an indoor soccer arena. It looked like the space was pretty tight. I thought it might come into consideration today, but I want to highlight this coaching staff's ability to pick in a good squad, and in 2 days of prep, Friday and Saturday, they prepared their players to the best of their ability for success today.
There's Team North walking down the line. Team South in the red with the Calgary Stampeder emblem on the shoulders. Sleeve. Okay, let's get the awards.
Most valuable kid award is named after former Calgary Stampeder lineman Lanny Gillespie, whose high school days were spent blocking for the Lindsay River Raiders.
Okay, Lanny Gillespie, so the award is named after him, played for the Stampeders.
The winner of the Lanny Gillespie Memorial Most Valuable Lineman Game Award for the North All-Stars is from Notre Dame Red Deer, number 88, Reese Belcher.
I should tell you, this is a lineman award. Reese Belcher.
Yeah, the Notre Dame Courier product out of Sylvan Lake had a great game today. Kudos to that young man for being the lineman of the year, lineman of the game for Team North.
You bet, big award. There's Ron Logan, the gentleman to the right, a long time Calgary minor football coach, promoter, executive. Yeah, the MVP lineman, he certainly showed what he's made of. Tremendous effort by Colton Cangelo-Carr.
You don't usually see those St. Francis guys take their helmet off, but hey, congratulations to that young man. Yep. He made a statement today, and his pressure that he generated on the defensive line was a big factor in their win.
He mentioned scouts and people that are going to be talking. I think he'll be a busy guy after this game.
Absolutely. He'd be one of the first players I'd talk to. Great use of his hands, great stance, and an explosive defensive lineman out of St. Francis.
Dedicated to refurbishing quality football and footwear to ensure great athletes can continue to excel in our game. Cleveland Cleats is owned and operated by two former Senior Bowl players, Shane Film and Reggie Sheffy, and here to present that.
Okay,
Mr. Eloizio is Coach Sheffy. The winner of the Most Valuable Player of the Game Award for the North All-Star team is from Holy Rosary in Lloydminster, receiver number 2, Denham Weber.
Yeah, Webster got the only touchdown, but he was their go-to guy for much of the game, so he got the one touchdown, but also was just very consistent throughout the game.
Yeah, and let's talk about the Holy Rosary program out of Lloydminster, a perennial powerhouse in the 3A level, back-to-back provincial championships, and this is a young player had a tremendous day. One of those things that, you know, I wish they got the ball more often to Denham Weber.
Shigahara gets the award for the South. He was kind of everywhere. Very much relied on, and was very successful when he came out of the backfield. They went through him a lot, and he's the MVP in the South.
And he was a huge part of the Medicine Hat program this year and a huge part of their success. Very talented running back that had great vision and a great first cut.
Here comes the trophy.
Named after the gentleman with 60 years of experience in football in the province, winner of the Football Canada Diamond Award and the public address announcement of the first 25 years of the Senior Bowl. With the captains of the South, please come forward to receive the Arnie Anger Trophy as winners of the Football Alberta Senior Bowl.
Okay. Well, the captains are going to get the trophy. Very nice. Nice honor, and hopefully it leads to even more success and an extension of their football careers wherever they may elect to go.
Always a good thing when the last game of your high school career, you're hoisting the trophy. Congratulations to Team South. Great job today.
Well, a good game all around, and the South comes out, hangs on. 19-13 is the score. They congratulate one another, but the North team also had a very strong game in many areas, but tonight they just came up a little bit short, so there we are. Well, all I can say is, Tommy, been very nice visiting with you and you bringing your insights, and thank you for joining us in the booth here for the Football Alberta 2026 Cup.
Mark, I'll say this, it's not every day that you get to call a game with a CFL Hall of Famer. So I was a little bit nervous today, but hey, great job, and hey, what a blast for the 35th Senior Bowl.
Thank you. And that'll be it from Shouldice. Thank you very much for joining us. Good luck and good rest of your day.